Today we're doing a deep dive on a video from Ingfluent called How to Learn English Like AI. And the whole argument here is pretty wild,
It really is. I mean, it suggests that to get fluent, we need to stop learning like we're in a classroom and start learning like a large language model.
which feels totally backwards, right?
Ah,
You think of AI as just rigid code.
but the video argues we're the ones acting like robots, by clinging to all these rules.
Right, the classic rule-based learning approach. I remember just memorizing conjugation tables and stressing about when to use will versus going to.
And that's the trap. The source points out that English is just. It's messy. It's full of exceptions that rules can't possibly cover.
Oh yeah, take the present continuous tense. The textbook rule is simple. Use it for actions happening right now,
But then you hear someone say, I'm flying to Paris next week.
which is the future. Or what about you're always leaving the lights on? That's not happening now. It's a complaint.
Exactly. And because of all that mess, teachers often have to give you this simplified English.
It builds a kind of false confidence. You ace the test, but then you hear a native speaker and you just freeze up because they aren't playing by your textbook's rules.
So if rules are the problem, the solution, according to the source, is input-based learning.
Basically, you do what something like ChatGPT does.
Right. It's all probabilistic. And AI isn't like looking up a grammar rule. It's seen billions of sentences, so it just predicts the most probable next word based on patterns. It's playing the odds.
Which is kind of weirdly how babies learn, isn't it?
It's exactly how they learn. You don't sit a toddler down with a grammar book. They just listen
Oh.
for years until the patterns click.
And that's what creates language intuition.
It's that gut feeling. You know a sentence sounds wrong, even if you can't explain the specific rule you're breaking. You just feel the probability.
Okay, but that brings up a huge question for me. If just listening and reading is so much better, why are we all still grinding away on Duolingo and grammar apps?
The video has a great explanation for that. It calls it the reward gap.
Ah, I think I see where this is going. When I memorize a rule, it feels productive. I get that little dopamine hit.
You get to check a box. I learned the present perfect today. It feels like progress.
But absorbing input, just reading a book or watching a movie, it feels passive, like you're wasting time because the progress is invisible day to day.
So you have to hack the system. The source says you have to find content you are genuinely interested in.
So the enjoyment of the topic itself becomes the reward.
Exactly. If you love cooking, watch cooking shows. The story or the recipe is the reward, and the language learning is just the byproduct.
Okay, but you can't just read your way to fluency. Eventually you have to, open your mouth and speak.
Of course. And the video suggests input-based practice for that.
Is that where that shadowing technique comes in?
Yes. The imitation technique. You're not just listening. You're trying to speak over the original audio. You mimic the intonation, the rhythm, everything.
I've tried that. And I have to say, it feels incredibly awkward. Just me in a room repeating lines from a YouTube video.
It is awkward. But it's a bridge, you see. Between passive listening and having to create your own sentences from scratch, for a more interactive option, it suggests chatting with AI.
That actually makes a lot of sense. You get immediate practice, instant feedback, but without the anxiety of, making a fool of yourself in front of a real person.
And the AI's response is more input. It keeps that cycle of input-output going without you having to stop and think, okay, which tense do I need here?
So the big takeaway here is we need to stop treating English like a math problem that has a single right answer.
Fluency isn't in a rule book. It's built from massive input and recognizing what sounds right.
It really makes you think, though. If an AI gets fluent just by observing real messy data, are you holding your own brain back by trying to code your language skills instead of just living in them?
We might be the ones acting like robots after all.
Thanks for tuning into this deep dive. We'll see you next time.